What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know, I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. All right, I'll try not to sing at your party, okay? I like doing weddings and corporate events and karaoke jams and good times, you know? And I'll even set up for a band or two if you need me to. I got the equipment. I got the stuff, mobile equipment. Speaking of bands and stuff, people with mobile equipment, today on the program, I got Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord. Who's that? What do you mean you don't know who the Sunlord is? You better know. And if you don't know, stick around. You're going to find out in the next few minutes. And so we got that to look forward to. This week's shows, I will be at one public show this week. I have the Rab in Conway, Arkansas on Friday night, the Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Yeah, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. I'm just pressing buttons. You pick the song, you sing the song, you're the star of the show. They got a full bar, the kitchen's open, pool tables. They got a pool tournament on Friday nights. So if you want to try to make some money, I encourage you to check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, Friday night from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. All right, that's enough intro. Let's get into it with Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord. I got him on Skype, Skyping Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord, now. Dude, there he is, man. There he is. Dude, you're so metal. You know, the people are going to be watching the video version of this, and they're going to see you like half naked. Is that how you show up on stage?
Well, you know, no shirt, man. It's summer here. I just got back from the beach.
All right, summer where? Where you at?
It's hot in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay. Are you the guy that's, when you're a kid in Brooklyn, cracking open the fire hydrants?
Well, when I was a kid, I was in Buenos Aires, Argentina, so...
All right. Well, for
riding horses and doing other stuff.
Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord. Tell the people who you are, man, and put that phone down so we can have a chit chat.
Like that, there.
Anywhere, man, wherever you're comfortable, wherever you feel like you got a good background. There's going to be a video version. There's going to be an audio version. I'm not editing anything. They're going to see it all raw.
Let me see. Well, can I hold it like this?
You know, if you put it down somewhere, that'd be good. You know, if you had some kind of a stand.
Let me sit
put it
over
up against
here.
a book. We'll get this thing rolling. Rolling. I don't want to go too low on your body, man. The girls are going to go crazy.
Dressed.
Oh, okay.
I'm dressed. I got my shorts.
He's got his Daisy Dukes on.
Let me get something up. There you go.
The man is smarter than the machine. He can do it, man.
Barely.
All right, Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord, man. You know, I'm not good at researching people, but I was perusing your YouTube page, and man, you are so metal. Is that is that what you've been doing since you were a little kid in Argentina? Give the people an idea of who you are, Alfonso.
Oh, well, yeah, it's been always the metal since very early age, man. I think I started with it when I was 9. Yeah, I got into AC/DC when I was 9. Definitely.
Dude, what year was this?
Yeah,
what year?
Like that. I got the guitar when I was 11.
What year was this when you're 9 years old?
When I was 9, it's 1989.
1989, bro.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I got into AC/DC when it was Back in Black still. Yeah, it was Back in Black, and then the Razor sets came out.
Yeah, 1980 was a turning point for metal. You know, because Ozzy was doing it from the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s with Black Sabbath and everything. But let me tell you, AC/DC, Bon Scott, and then later after Bon Scott passed away, sadly, Brian Jones took over and did a Bon Scott impression, and he's probably still doing it today, right now.
Oh, I love them both, man. I don't have a favorite really. I like them both.
But I mean, I
got
remember
no
being
problem with Brian. I love Brian.
I'm a child of the 80s myself. I graduated in 1986, so I'm a little bit older than you. But, you know, even you at a tender age, the tender age of 9, I think at 9 years old, I was still listening to my mom's records like Gordon Lightfoot and the Bee Gees. And you know, I think my grandparents turned me on to the Village People, you know, so I've been in that route.
Yeah. The way that went, I remember the story. The way that went was, I had a friend, and we were over there in the country. We were doing work with the horses and stuff at that age all the time. We loved it. And he had this brother that was much older, and he was in the city, and he was a big troublemaker and had a lot of problems with drugs. So they would grab the guy and bring him to the middle of nowhere so he wouldn't like die and stuff. And the guy brought with him all the AC/DC things. And that's how I ran across AC/DC, and it never left me.
Man, every young boy needs that uncle, that older cousin, that older brother to turn him on to things, to guide him through. I was the older brother.
Definitely.
I was the one that was guiding my little brother.
Into a young age. It's important. You're right. You have to cross paths with that person that shows you or do music. It's true.
Well, I'm seeing that you grew up as a good boy, you know, outside playing, you know, with the horses. You know, the kids today, and I feel like an old man whenever I say that, the kids today, they're stuck inside, man, playing video games. They don't go outside and play. They don't get on their bikes or play with horses or anything. You know, it is terrible, man.
I feel I was very lucky. I feel I was very lucky to have grown up that way. Yes.
No, I believe that to be true, man. But we're here to talk about you and you know how you became who you are, how you became the Sunlord, Alfonso Ferrazza, and I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Turns into the Sunlord, and is it well? Because I'm half Cuban, so hablo español. Si puede, you know, necesito practicar mi español. So I speak Spanish, but I think it's broken. My grandma's from Cuba, so you know, my mom was born in New York, you know, and I don't even know what part. Jewish Harlem. So I don't know where that is with Brooklyn, but
I don't know where that is either. I know Harlem, but I don't know what's the Jewish Harlem.
Well, you know, because her name is Myra. She's been on the podcast before, but it's not spelled Mayra like the Spanish way. It's spelled Myra like the Jewish way. But I digress, man. Argentina, man, has always been kind of fascinating to me. What is? Give me the highlights of Argentina and a young Alfonso growing up in Argentina.
Well, I got a lucky time because we came out of some military coup that was happening, and when I was growing up and I had the age, I started with the music. It's kind of the time when freedom came back to Argentina, so we allowed international acts to come in again after the military was gone. So at that time, I was lucky because I was like 12. And it was a massive wave of international shows. So it was all of a sudden, it was just all the time. Ramones, Megadeth, Motorhead, Black Sabbath, Kiss, all the time. The country had just opened up. And I got to be 12 years old when that was happening. And I swear, I went to all of them, man.
And your mommy and daddy are letting a 12-year-old boy go off and see Megadeth and the Ramones?
My father brought me to my first one. My first one was Motorhead, I remember. Motorhead. First time, you know, it was intense. That was my first one I ever seen. And then after that, I just started going alone, just lying and escaping and just going. I remember the next one after that was Exodus. I remember Exodus. I went on my own, and I was 12. I just got on the bus and went on my own with a friend.
See, that's what boys do back in the 80s.
You can even buy wine and stuff and go. It's no problem. You buy cigarettes, beer, whatever you want at 12. You go in and you buy it, and they give it to you.
That's what I've heard, man. If you could reach the counter, you can get a beer. You know, as long as your little hand goes over the counter, you can get your little cigarettes if you need to. Oh my goodness! All right, kids, don't smoke and don't start drinking, man, because that stuff is bad for you. All right, now here we go.
Oh,
That was my disclaimer. But do what you want, man. Handle your high. If that's your thing, if that's your choice, do it, man.
I don't think I was doing that back then. I don't think I went there when I was 12 and got beers. That came later. That came later. Not at the show, you know. It was a good experience. We were there. We had to get some seats, I remember, on the sides. We were too tiny. They get crushed over there. They're nuts.
Well, the thing about going to concerts, even when you're
see a lot of music back there, a lot of concerts, so it was very inspired.
Well, that has to be inspirational, man. For a young kid, you're going to get exposed to that, and you're going to get that feeling of, I want this. I want to be that guy on stage, causing all these people to be happy, to have a feeling, to feel something, because I was making it. But you got your guitar at 11 years old. Who gave you that guitar?
I got it. We came to the U.S. We came to my father brought me to Disneyland, and I got me a guitar in Miami. I was already into the metal. I had all kinds of stuff. I already wanted the guitar, so I got me a guitar over there in Miami. Brought it back to Buenos Aires.
But you're in Orlando at Disney World, I guess, and then I guess you took the 5-hour trip to Miami, which is where I'm from. Why didn't you come visit? You know, I'm just saying. I guess you went to the local guitar shop. I spent a lot of time.
Yeah, I found one. I found a guitar shop, and I bought me a guitar. I remember it cost $100. It was an Epiphone, and
that's pretty much everybody's first guitar. That's the low end of. Yeah, that's the low end of Gibson is the Epiphone. And what did it look like? An SG kind of, maybe a little bit?
No, it was a Stratocaster. It was a red Stratocaster. It was $100, and I got me the little Fender, the small Fender amp, 112s.
Then maybe it was a Squier, because I had a Squier.
Yeah, it might have been. It was an Epiphone.
Okay, because the Squier is the one that looks like a Fender.
It's from Fender, right? It's
right.
Fender.
Squire. And then the Epiphone is from Gibson.
This one was an Epiphone. It looked like a Strat, but it was Epiphone.
That's weird. Okay, all right, that's cool, man. And so when you picked that thing up, did you automatically start just playing on it? And did you get some lessons or anything?
I got some lessons at first, but I don't know. I didn't really. I don't know. I've always been a little ADD, man. I gotta do it like on my. I got him. I got lessons at first.
In Argentina? Back in Argentina?
But then I dropped out. I just kept going on my own. And, the best way I learned was just learning all the songs. So I would just learn the songs I like. You know, I try to investigate, man, and learn it. And play it. Just play it to the stereo, you know?
But Alfonso...
Just sit in front of the stereo and play to the records, to all the records. Learn the songs, man. That's how I learned. And then you write your own.
But that trip to Miami was just a vacation in 91? You went on vacation, you went back to Argentina?
Yeah, it's just a vacation, 91. I came here on 1999, and that's then I stayed.
Okay, so you already finished school. You went to school. Were you playing music all through school? Did you get into any bands? Get into any battle of the bands?
I finished. I did the school from my house. I just finished the school. I didn't attend the school. I was kind of self-educated. I was just playing. So I played guitar. We had some bands there and stuff, but I wasn't going to school. Then I came over here and formed the band after a while. I was playing in previous bands over here. That's how I learned the most. That's when I really learned to play, and I started playing live. Yeah, actually, I never got to play live in my country. My first concert I ever played was here in Brooklyn at the legendary place. It's called L'Amour's, that now it's closed.
Oh.
But, you know, it's a legendary place. And I got to be around for L'Amour's for a couple of years. I got to enjoy L'Amour's. So I'm happy about that. But that's the first concert I ever played. It was in L'Amour year 2003, 2002. Around there, I was playing with the Slayer tribute band. We played 17 Slayer songs.
That's an hour.
Good. We were good.
Yeah, 17 songs. You could
That's when I really learned how to play guitar. That's when I really was playing, playing live, and I got into all the stuff, all the amps, and learn all that shit. That's really when it started, man.
Well,
Here
17
in Brooklyn.
songs is about an hour, and you could probably stretch it out to about 2 hours of music if you do a lot of talking in the middle.
Oh yeah. No, the guys that played with me in the band were very professional, and we were getting paid for it. That's what's funny. When I first started playing music, I started getting paid. It was paying really well because back then it was the explosion of the tribute bands. They were everywhere, and you got paid well. And we used to get good money for the shows. We used to go around and tour, and I was just working with the guitar, making money, and living off of it. And then when I started doing my originals, then I've been broke ever since.
Starving artist. That happens all the time, man. But you're giving
Yeah.
people gems. You're giving people ideas. If you want to be a musician, you could be in a cover band and you could make a good living. But your soul might not be in it. A lot of creators have to write their
It's
own.
not.
Yeah.
Nah, you get tired. I got tired. I evolved. It was like my school, and then it was like, all right, enough.
Yeah. So when did you have the idea that you could start writing your own music?
Around pretty much the same time I started working on the record, and I had a good friend who was John Rico from the band Warrior Soul, and was a big band in the '90s, rock and roll band from New York. They were very well known, and he was a friend of mine. He kind of taught me how to record. I remember I used to go hang out at his house, party, and he showed me how to start recording with metronomes and stuff, which I didn't know back then. This is, just starting, and so he got me into that. So when I learned all of that, I made my demo with my original songs, and the guys from the tribute band that I was in, they really liked it. And they say, we got to do this too. So then I had a band all of a sudden. I had the band. And then it started. And then we tried to start using all the tribute shows and all the contacts we had from the tribute band, to go and play Sunlord. But they still wanted us to play the tribute, to go and play the tribute, get paid. And then we used to play Sunlord like a bonus at the end of the night. And but it always worked because people, after listening to 17 Slayer songs, being all drunk, then you're playing the 8 Sunlord songs that we had, and they received them really well because they were all crazy already from seeing everybody wild from. So it used to work pretty well, and then it just became just Sunlord, all the time Sunlord, no more getting paid, and
Well, let's back
much
up.
harder.
Before the formation of Sunlord, how did you get from Argentina to Brooklyn? Who brought you there, or did you just have the idea that you wanted to go to the States for a while?
No, that's an interesting question. Uh, it's I was in a martial arts program with a Japanese master training Aikido. And I came here to live with this Japanese master. It's very famous, and he had this program, living students, traditional Japanese thing, where you live in the school and you got to work and just train. We used to have to train 6 hours a day and clean up all the school and do the laundry for all the members, all the uniforms, clean the showers, just had to run the school. Can live there. We're all sleeping in couches and sleeping bags. There's people from all over the world. They want to come with the Yamada says. That's how I got doing that for a long time. I was like training. I was like a professional martial arts guy. And but then I got into the band. I met the guys from the band, and that's how I met John. That taught me to. He was training. He was one of the guys who went to train in the dojo. Was a member. So I met him, and I started hanging out. He invited me over, and I saw and hear all the time. He had all the posters because Warrior Soul toured all of Europe with Metallica, Guns N' Roses. Back in '92, they were pretty big. So I go there and I see this guy has all his posters that he opened up for Metallica, Megadeth, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? I was like, so yeah, we became friends, and then he's kind of started me there. And then when I was doing that, I met more musicians and in the tribute band. And when I got in the tribute band, there was no more training. The martial arts life ended. and it became the rock and roll life.
Man, that is a fantastic.
Which is a lot more detrimental for your health.
Yeah, but that's a fantastic story, man. Having the martial arts in your background and that kind of physicality, it really has to help when you're on stage, because a lot of people don't know. When you get up on stage, you are working hard. I mean, there's a reason that drummers and guitarists and singers and musicians are skinny. It's not just the drugs. It's not just the drugs. You are actually working hard on stage, man. It's a physical thing. You got to work out, or you're going to die young.
Well, no, with the pandemic, man, yeah, I mean, the rehearsal spaces were closed here in New York for a long time, and a lot of us didn't rehearse for a while. I kept finding places and stuff to sort it out, and every once in a while we hold a rehearsal. It's not the same. And now we have tours booked now, and we have the action starting back up, and it's hard. I'm not in shape. I couldn't go do the 45 minutes, of Sunlord right now, like speed metal guitar and singing like that. Right now, I don't think I can pull it off. I gotta get back into it. A lot of people, we gotta get back, especially singing. I gotta get back into the singing for an hour. Heavy metal. And play guitar at the same time. I don't know if right now I can pull it off that well. Gotta get back in the room. The rooms are opening up now, and they're gonna go back on the schedule because we got November. Maybe we'll get another one before. Gotta get back.
Well, definitely, I encourage people to go to the Sunlord official YouTube page and check you out, man. You go there.
We got a page on Facebook too now, and now we got a page on the Instagram as well.
You just started the Instagram like this month. What was that? Who got you into that?
Right?
Who made you start that?
I hate the computers and stuff, man. I need help. I do everything.
I think you have help.
I got the Facebook page too. I try to run it too. Now I'm having some problem. I can't access it for some reason. They hate me on Facebook.
I thought you had the people at 434 Management and Derek Pichon helping you out on that one.
Yeah, he sends people to the page and stuff. I'm the only admin in there, and I need to run the Instagram page now. I feel, it's important. It's important. I know. I hate to do it, but it's important.
Well, me as an old man, I'm 52 years old. I know about that, man. I have the 4. I don't want to get any more social medias. I have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's it.
See it up there, yeah.
That's all I want, man. That's all I want. If I get any more than that, if I'm going to get on Twitch, I think I'm on Twitch. But I mean, what was the one with the that the kids are doing where they get 1 million hits, doing the dancing?
I don't know.
They're dancing around. Oh my gosh!
The TikTok.
TikTok. See, I just became an older man right now. I don't TikTok.
What the fuck is that for?
I don't know. Can you make money on it? Probably. Hey, they're probably. It seems like it, man. And I like to spend more time with. What's that?
Yeah, that's all a waste of time. All that stuff, man. I recommend people to read a book or play some guitar or do something interesting with themselves than to be, watching all the egotistical projections of people that they're all fake, in this freaking platform.
Well, that's one thing about
like a garbage dump.
That's one thing.
Dumping garbage in your head.
Well, that's one thing about these podcasts, Alfonso. I'm spending an hour with you, and it's all real, man. It's all raw. It's a genuine conversation with somebody trying to get to know you, and that's what you should be doing, man. Get to know your neighbor. Go next door, knock on the neighbor's door.
Very cool. I appreciate this, man. I appreciate this. If I could get this interview later, like in a file or something, if you could send it to me, because I want to keep using it. I can keep posting it in the future.
Well, of course, I'm going to put it on.
I like to upload it to the Sunlord channel too.
Well, I'm going to put it on YouTube, so you can always put a like on it, and stuff like that. But I love having conversation with people. I love learning about people. I mean, you came from Argentina at a young age, man. You were like probably in your early 20s, and you said, "Let me just chuck it all and go to New York and become a martial artist." And what, you're like beating people
Yeah.
up for a living? Is Aikido the one that Steven
Oh
Seagal
no,
does?
it's not like it wasn't like that. It wasn't so much like that, you know.
But
No, I was very into it. I was very into it. It was great to have such a genuine, Japanese teacher, a real deal. And I had many great teachers in that school. It's one of the most known schools in the world of Aikido. It's probably one of the best.
oh, Aikido's
So,
great, man. I think I learned it for a little bit, just trying to learn it on my own. I really didn't go to a school for that. But isn't that the one that Steven Seagal does? Is that Aikido?
oh yeah,
Hey, man.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, you can laugh, but he made it famous. He made people want
He did.
to learn
He
it.
did. When I was a kid, I love his movies. He was my favorite one. When I was a
Yeah.
kid,
Yeah,
he
when
had
he
those
was,
things.
his first few movies were fantastic, man. Him just grabbing somebody and throwing him against the wall. Boom, throw him against the wall. Boom. You're
Yeah,
using,
like
that's what Aikido is,
yeah.
right? You're using somebody
Yeah,
else's weight.
it's so different. When he first came out, everybody was just it's like karate, kung fu, and then he brought those techniques that like they're more like deadly, like they're really direct, like samurai fucking stuff, and people had never seen that in the movies, and he was the best, right? He was badass when he made the first movie. What's it called?
Hard to kill,
Above the
above
law.
the
Above
law.
the law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two movies were great. Nico, I need help, Nico. Oh, for sure, man. But I mean, you're in the mecca of places to find people, find musicians. There's 7 million people in New York. You're gonna find somebody, and you say you started
That's crazy because I'm going on tour now and nobody that I'm taking is from New York. I'm bringing people from other countries. I'm gonna have the best fucking band I ever had. I'm bringing huge people, huge players from other countries. They're coming. They're gonna join Sunlord. They're gonna go on tour with John Five, Ingve Malmsteen,
Yngwie
and
Malmsteen.
oh yeah,
That guy's still kicking,
oh my god, he kicks every year. Yeah, it's our fourth tour with him.
dude. You talk
Takes
about
us
speed. That guy is fast,
Yeah, he's the best. I love him.
dude.
I,
Yeah,
I toured with him. I toured with him already 3 full tours, so I kind of know him a little bit. I love the guy. He's great attitude, like real champion guy. He's practice all the time. He's no bullshit. It's a guy. That's one guy that hates bullshit.
well, I was trying to find you. I was trying to find you on Twitter, and I did notice that you had things with Yngwie Malmsteen, your name and Sunlord, Sunlord and Yngwie Malmsteen from January 31st, 2018, my birthday. And I guess Chris Hagman and Chris Butera, they must have interviewed you or something for that. But I noticed that your name was alongside his. So this has been something that's been going on. Did you learn anything
Yeah.
from Yngwie Malmsteen, or was this something? How did you guys get together?
Well, we did. We got a connection to open up for his tour. One was the first time we went with him. It might have been 2018, the first time we went, because or 17. Well, the first time we went with him, he really liked the band. But I wasn't expecting that because I thought we weren't going to fit the bill. But then I learned, and I think he's very smart because he plays his show is so busy. He has so much guitar. He has so much that the guy is very smart because he likes a band like Sunlord to open up because we play like a punk metal, like we're not completely charged with guitar solo. We're not the Dream Theater. We're not because if you go to see Yngwie and before Yngwie you're gonna see 2 more acts that are just like Yngwie, it's gonna be too much for you.
Right.
You're gonna get overwhelmed, and he knows that. And he likes to bring. He's all about guitar, but he brings bands that are not all about guitar. He brings rock and roll and punk bands that are fun to open up the show. And then he comes out and he melts your brain with his guitar for 2 hours, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
So I think he's very smart how he runs the show. I think, and then I found out, and he really likes metal music. He likes Sunlord a lot. He's told me a lot of times. I believe him now, He told me a lot of times he likes Sunlord, and we had some fun. Last tour I did, I worked with him as well, so I was working with him during the show, and I was with him all afternoon every day. So
Yeah, you'd be
so yeah,
surprised.
it was good. And he likes the band. He likes the band. He likes Sunlord.
No,
He
you'd
used
be
to
surprised.
play my songs in the sound check. He used to know my. I mean, he knows whole music. The guy listens to something one time and he knows the whole thing already. He's like that. So he was playing my songs on sound check. It was good.
Man, I mean, yeah, that cat's been around since the '80s, since the early '80s, really, just kicking it, and I watch his fingers just moving so fast, and that's somebody you can emulate. But that's a smart thing to have, is to bring a band that's metal, but not exactly the same kind of music that you're playing, just to give the audience, because the audience isn't going to boo you. It's not like you're a rap group that's coming up, but even the metal guys might like the rap group. Who knows, man? It depends.
No. Not me.
I mean, people like music. I like all kinds of music. And,
Yeah, well,
I mean,
it's music.
well, every Friday night I get to do a public show at a local club called the Rab here in Conway, Arkansas. And I get to pick what theme I want to play. For example, this weekend, I'm probably going to play some Sunlord. I'll probably do a metal theme, because last week I played 90s hip hop. Just whatever comes into my head, I feel like playing. And if I play it, I'll try to put the video up on the screen, and then people will go, "Hey, who is that? That rocks. Oh, that's Sunlord. Go check them out online." So I always try to promote people. That's why I got into radio, was to promote people. I had guitars. They just got stolen last month. Don't get me started.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, it does, man. I put them in a storage unit because I was moving, and then I go to the storage unit. It was broken into. Dang it. Half my stuff gone.
Hey.
But that's a whole nother story. Man, but I saw that you were playing certain kinds of guitars. I saw you were playing, it looked like an SG, and then you had one, looked like a Jackson maybe, with the Flying V. What was that one?
Oh, no. The Flying V, that's no Jackson. That is the 50th anniversary Gibson. That's an amazing guitar. Maybe one of my best.
It's only amazing because it's in the hands of an artist.
Got a bunch of guitars during the pandemic, man. I gotta tell you, they put a bunch of money in my account for the unemployment. I got like a bunch of guitars, man.
Oh, you're the guy. The Republicans were right, man. If you get too much money in your unemployment, you're going to stay off work. You're not going to go to work. I heard there's a lot of employers, man, that are having trouble getting employees, and it might be that extra 300 or 600 or whatever was going in the bank, man.
Yeah. Well, you know what's up, man. You hear everywhere, and it's the truth. People are making more if they don't work. So
yeah.
If you go to work, not only you're going to have to wake up early every day and go do something you don't want to do, but you're going to be losing money for doing that.
Yeah. Well, I guess that
makes no sense.
That's true.
But when they cut that, then people are going to have to get off their ass.
Yeah.
It's going to be the way.
I mean, but
because.
Yeah, I mean, have you been doing music full time since you got there?
No, man. I'm a stagehand. I've been a stagehand for 10 years. I have a job. I always have a job. I work, man. I do sound, do lights, unload them trucks and set up stages, build stages.
Excellent.
There was a time there was no work at all. It started again now. It's starting up again slowly, but there was a bunch of months there was absolutely no work for us. And, a lot of the guys got into moving companies because everybody started moving out of New York.
Yeah.
Boom with moving companies. So it was about, they say it was 3,000 people a day. They were leaving New York. I mean, New York got emptied out because of the mayor and stuff. It raised a lot of time. A lot of people left, man. A lot of people left from New York to Pennsylvania, or they went upstate to the mountains. They left the city. The city's different now, man.
Wow.
It's changing. New York's not a school.
I keep hearing about that. I keep hearing about that, man.
I'm getting the fuck out of here too, man.
Well, people are able to work from home, man. Now they can if they got a computer and a cell phone, they can do their job from anywhere, really.
Yeah, I know, but that stuff is getting back to normal fast here. People are being called back to the office.
So
they're not happy about it.
You're a stagehand, but what's the name of your company if you want to promote them?
I'm a freelancer. I work for every company.
I like that, man.
I work for the mall. I work for the mall. I'm on a list. I'm on a list. You gotta get on lists. And if you say, the more you accept jobs, the more they say yes to them, the more jobs they give you. Because they give you those fucking impossible ones. They'll call you and say, can you be at 3 in the morning at the docks, in the bay? And you're like, yeah, I'll be there, And after you do that a couple of times, you start getting calls, and then you start getting more work. Well, it works like that.
That's
You
true, man. I know.
Work lists.
Well, I know when I was in college, I used to set up for a few bands here and there. That was a part of the student life. I was in that club, and we used to invite bands out to colleges to come and play, and I got to set up for them, and that was a good experience, man. Was setting up for other bands and different kinds of bands. It was pop and rock and disco and all kinds of different bands back in the mid to late '80s was when I was in college. It was fun, man. I could see doing that for a job, but at least do you get insurance? Because a lot of people don't get insurance when they're a musician full time. You have to have that insurance, that day job.
No, I'm not. I'm not declaring like an insurance music. No. Well, we did get it. We did get it for the stagehands because there was absolutely no work. So that's when I got the guitars. We got a nice payday one time, and that was it. And for me, in my case, he went on like 3 guitars.
that $1,200 wouldn't go too far, man. That 3 guitars. I imagine you could have got 1 guitar for that.
Oh, because I got this like old stuff that it just luck. They made me good offers for these guitars that I would never get ever again if not. And so I got it.
Well, somebody's got my old guitars. I'm sure they got fenced.
So they're here. I just hit 2 of the babies I got. Let me show them to you.
Oh, there's
the guitar talk, man.
Yeah.
Let's see.
There's the V that I saw. Wait, no, is that it? No.
Can you see that now?
Yeah, is that the one I saw in the video?
No. This is a very rare guitar. This is the red one there. That's an Ibanez. It's 40 years old, that guitar. That's a prototype made in Japan for, it was made when Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden started using them. They made those for him, and that's one of the original prototypes made for him. It's got the red neck.
It's red. But, for the people that are listening to the...
There it is.
For the people that are listening...
The pickups in that guitar are the very old Japanese N2s, which are the Japanese version of the Bill Lawrence pickups, which are the very old vintage high-gain pickup that was Dimebag Darrell's favorite pickup. They're very, very hard to find. The Bill Lawrence, the LX100s, that's the heaviest, like the best metal pickup that is very hard to find. They don't make it anymore. And the same goes for those things that are on that guitar. That's why I got the guitar. When you plug that guitar, it sounds so fucking good. And they're very old. I gotta always keep my eyes on that guitar.
Yeah, I couldn't play guitar very well, so my guitars were very cheap. I had an Ibanez 120, and then I had a Squier Strat, which is the Fender's low end, and then I had one of those Esteban classical guitars. And
that's a good one.
Yeah, my grandma got that for me. After my grandfather passed away, she started buying stuff on the Home Shopping Network, and she said, "Here, I got you a guitar." I said, "I don't know how to play the guitar." She goes, "I got it for you anyway." She was like, lonely and spending money on the TV. So, I'm very happy that she gave me that guitar. But then it got stolen last month. All my guitars were probably about 40 years old because I got them 40 years ago. I'm old.
Yeah. That guitar, I just described it. It sounds like it would cost a fortune, but yeah. I got it for a really low price because it was at a friend of mine's. The guitar has a whole story. The guitar belongs to a dead man, someone who died a long time ago. That's why the guitar is so old, and it was in the possession of my friend in his basement. And I'm like, "What's in this case?" And he's like, "That's a guitar from my friend, Jimmy, that passed away years ago. He was a guitar player from Jersey, and he had a car accident like 30 years ago. That was his guitar, And my friend Robert, he's almost 60 right now. It's an old rocker from Jersey. And I was visiting him, and then I opened the case, and I see this freaking old Ibanez Destroyer with those pickups. And I'm like, man, you know what this is, and it's like $600. And I'm like, what? Here you go.
Well, let me throw something at you, Alfonso.
I have people offering me money for it, but I'll never sell it. I'll never sell it because he gave it to me because it was his friend's guitar. Yeah. So now I got to take that guitar on tour and play it before Ingvar Malmsteen. Well, that was a deal I made. He wanted the guitar to go and see the light again, and that's what I'm going to do.
Well, let me throw something at you. I'm Cuban, so a lot of Santeria in Cuba, and I'm guessing in Argentina there might be a little bit of that. If you have if you have a dead man's guitar, do you think his spirit is somewhere in there, somewhere helping you?
Well, I am getting. I think it was meant to be. I'm getting good vibes from this guitar. I think the spirit wants me to use it and put it on some good stages. That's why I have it. He wants the guitar, the guitar was on top of his resting place in the coffin, and the mother took the guitar out of there and gave it to Robert and asked Robert to make the guitar play, that the guitar had to be played. She wanted the guitar to be played. So now I have it. I'm taking it on tour. So I think I'm in peace with the spirit. And a lot of good riffs come when I grab that guitar. It's got some good juju.
Well, I think it's in good hands. The Ibanez has those. Was it double humbuckers? Is that what that pickup is?
Those are rail pickups. Those are rail pickups. They got the bands to go. It looks like they're rails.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about guitars, but I know I like the Ibanez, the way it sounded better.
It's just higher gain, more magnetism, more power,
More power.
Like you want to make a pickup heavier, you just grab and you give it more coils, you put more copper in it, that's all. It's like what Chris Holmes used to do with his guitars. Chris Holmes from Wasp. He invented all that stuff. Chris Holmes was like a crazy guy. He used to, back in the 80s, he grabbed all the Jacksons and tweaked them his own way and got all these crazy sounds. And he was very known for that. And that's what you do with the pickups. That's what you do with all the guitars. You got to make them your own. You got to customize everything you have. You always customize everything.
I got a buddy here in Conway, Arkansas named Ryan Hinman. He's a local guitarist and he's over at Palmer Music, and he works in the guitar section, fixing them, restringing them, and upgrading them. So he's a magician too. He'll take a cheap guitar, that's like worth $100 and make it into a $600 guitar. Just changing pickups and strings and necks. I don't know what he's doing, but it's like magical. People go into him and say, "Hey, I want this to sound better." And, oh yeah, just do this. And is that something that you've ever gotten into?
Luthiering? I know how to take care of my guitar and stuff. I mean, I was also working with the Ingvar guitars, and he showed me a lot of things about intonation and things. So he showed me a bunch of stuff. But I'm not like a master luthier on that.
Man, I got
some really good guys that work my guitars here in. It's a very old guitar house, the Chelsea Guitars. It's old vintage guitars. It's great luthier. So,
well, fantastic. It's good to have a guy. And I think in Brooklyn, you always say, I got a guy for that. My strings are broken. You got, and how many guitars do you bring on stage on average?
No, I do two because you're carrying all the gear, amps. You need room in the car, man. Everybody bring two guitars, just in case you pop a string during the show. That's all.
All right. So when Sunlord is playing, and does it have is there a regular lineup, or do you change the lineup from time to time? Because you're the front man for Sunlord.
Unfortunately, it's how it's been. It's not something I do on purpose, but it does happen that way because a lot of us are. A lot of my guys that play with me for years, they all have lives and jobs. They have babies, and when when before the pandemic, we're getting more and more tours, and I have fights and fallouts with a lot of dear friends that played with me for years because
Oh yeah.
they can't go on a tour, and I can, and I go, and I bring somebody else. They get mad, you know. And I lost some friends like that, but I'm convinced of what I do. I know I gotta get out there every time I can. So if I can go, I go.
Well, they
I
they
don't
have
wait.
to they have to realize, man, if you want to be a touring musician, you're going to give up your family. You're going to give up a lot. So it's hard. It's hard to get 4 or 5 guys together to take them
I
on
know. I
tour
know.
anywhere, really.
People get offended. People get offended, and then they see you on the social media that you're playing all these great shows, and they're sitting at home, and then they were in the band for so long, and they feel it's their spot. And then they feel they got offended. They think you didn't wait for them or something. You know that happens.
Yeah, but
That's all business, man.
you got
Business
to
don't mix with friendship.
you got to let them
Business and
know
friendship, it's two different things, man.
you got to let them know it's not personal, man. You want to get to a different level. You want to get to that next level. You could be a party band and just play in your city, and play Slayer songs, the same 17 Slayer songs over and over, or you can break out and go play with Yngwie Malmsteen's his concert tour, whatever his thing going.
It's tough with the music, man. It doesn't really pay much, and you spend a lot of money on the road, and the road can get a little. People start annoying each other. They're on top of each other for too long, and whatever. So yeah, well, I've had many lineups, a lot of people, and I've done tours where I used different lineups in the same tour, where I have people play drums from 10 shows, and then another guy comes in, and then the same with the bass player, the same with everybody except me. I end I end up running Sunlord. It just happened that way, but now it's being used that it's been that way. And I just do Sunlord like Chuck Berry, like Chuck Berry used to work.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
had all these people that knew his music, and he used what he. I have my favorites though, man. I mean, the drummer, my last drummer that did the record with me, Griffin, he's fantastic. He's been with me for a while now. I don't want to replace him. I hope he stays.
yeah, that's the way it's been since the music business has been a music business. You go into the studio, a lot of times it's just the singer from the band and a lot of hired guns sitting behind him. In the 60s, it was the same 5 guys making all these records, right? Wasn't it the Green Onions or what was the hired guns that used to play for all the records back then?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm old school like that. I like a band to always be the same guys. I prefer that too, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, it wasn't my choosing.
No.
How things. I want to go on tour, and now I'm bringing an amazing lineup on it. It's gonna be. I mean, and that's a good thing. It's gonna be. You try to work as professional as you can. If this lineup is gonna work now, next tour that comes, well, then we'll do everything possible to repeat the lineup. I hope everybody, and if it works really well after being a month on the road and put together playing like that, what generally tends to happen is, you make a record when you come back, you record some new things. So let's see how it goes.
When you made a record, Alfonso, the Sunlord, when you made a record, when did you go to a studio to make a record, or you made it on your own? And what studio was it, if it was?
No. Made it in a great studio in Long Island at Westfall Studios in Farmingdale. Great. And we had it mastered. They're great. That was done very professionally. All of our records. Our first album.
When?
Sunlord has a album from a long time ago, 2005. It's called The First One.
Oh, that's what it is. Just the first one. And can they still find that online?
The first one. It's out of print now. It's sold out. I sold like 5,000 copies of that, and then I made a new one, and I never reprinted. I have to put that one out again. But that one was done also at the Purple Light Studios in Brooklyn, where Anthrax worked there, Gojira, like a lot of. Both records were done very professionally, and they were mastered by the best. So.
And after you put that record out, you went out and toured as Sunlord with a band.
Yeah, I just went. Yeah, I sold 5,000 on the first one on my own, and then we sold, I don't know, we're like on 3,000 of the other one.
No, but I'm asking I'm asking
then
about
I got
the
a
live
bunch here.
music.
I got the vinyls now. I got the first pressing vinyls, which I still have like a bunch of those. So I'm gonna be bringing those on the road, and I like it. People contact me every week. I'm selling them from home every week, but
But
it's cool.
when you put that record out in 2005, you went out and toured. You played live. Where did you
Yeah,
go? Where did you
I
go?
think back then we were still doing the Slayer tribute 2005, and then we were doing the Sunlord originally too, and then we went through a whole period of just playing all these New York bar and Jersey bars, and it went on forever, man. We got to play the Continental. There was the CBGBs was still open, and
CBGBs?
we used to play uptown, and there was like this biker club uptown in First Avenue and 96th Street. I can't remember the name, man. It was so long ago, but we used to play there a lot. Those were fun shows.
That's
We had the
cool.
Europa Club. There was a lot of clubs here. We were going around the Trash Bar. Now the Trash Bar is closed now. We used to play the fucking Trash Bar a lot too. And,
You're
the
living the life.
Patriot Bar across the street. Also, we were, lots of places here in New York. Don Hills. We got to play Don Hills. That was a club. It's closed now. Another legend of New York. We got to play Don Hills a bunch of times. And we did that for years. Connecticut, Jersey, New York, just bars, bars, bars. And then 2015, we really picked it up. We started touring with national bands. And we did a tour with Anvil. It was really good. 2000. That's when the good tour started. Started with Anvil, DRI, Venom. We did Europe tours with the death metal band Master. We started doing a bunch of things. And then Ingve appeared. And then we've been doing a tour with Ingve every year. And then another tour, the Vicious Rumors tour over the coast. And we were working. And then the pandemic came. We were rolling.
Well, I was
We
thinking.
never got luck of getting signed and having somebody, really trying to help us. Everybody wants to take your money and they want to charge you money for signing you, and it's ridiculous. So that's what we haven't achieved in all this time. We remain independent.
Well, I was thinking. I'm glad that you got out of those bars because it seemed like every time you played those bars, you played Lemoore, you played that one, and they closed on you. So maybe you shouldn't be playing bars. They close after you get out of there.
Nah, they didn't close after I got out of there. They closed last year. But I'm talking about years ago. We were
playing.
going around them bars for a huge long time, like 5-6 years of that, man.
Well, all right. So 2005, you make that one album. It sells 5,000. That's freaking fantastic. And then what do? You go start writing more songs to record more?
Yeah, man. Yeah, always.
And do you have how many albums do you have out there?
Oh, I got two official ones.
And what
there's like a demo of the second album that I was selling that, but it sounded terrible. So I finally did it justice and recorded it well, and it sounds amazing. There's a new one, 222, which everybody can get it on Bandcamp. They can download it, or they just send me a message on the Facebook page and PayPal, and you get it. No.
Yeah, I think that's
every week.
Is that the better thing to do? Is to go directly to you and get your PayPal?
Yeah. I mean, Bandcamp takes a little fees, not a lot, but what Bandcamp has downloads. So if you want to download, I know a lot of people like digital, and people are in other countries and stuff, and it's so expensive to ship them their album. They might prefer to get downloads. Yeah. So if you want the download, you go to the Bandcamp and you look 222 by Sunlord, and you can download it there. And if not, you just send me a message and I'll send you a physical copy. If you want the vinyls, the phone, you should send me a message, So you got it right here.
Look at that, man. He's got vinyl. 222 with the Sunlord right there, man. Who did that logo for you?
There you go.
Who did that logo? That's fantastic. Who did that logo?
Oh, I did it.
What?
Yeah, I didn't mention. Yeah, here's more right here. Wait.
Yeah, I saw it on your Instagram. It says self-taught visionary artist from Argentina living in New York for the last 22 years, founder and frontman of metal band Sunlord. But visionary artist, you draw or you use a computer?
Yeah, I know.
What do you do?
I've been a painter way before I'm a musician for all my life.
Is that
It's all my artwork here.
that I was wondering. I was wondering who did that art behind you. It's fantastic, man. This
How can I?
No,
Yeah,
I could see it.
But it turns light on. Yeah. Yeah. So I sold my paintings.
So where can people find your paintings and buy your artwork?
Oh, that's through that you gotta contact me on the Facebook, and I want to make me an Instagram just for the paintings now. But I have been selling. People that like Sunlord always buy my paintings. I have been able to connect that. I sold since the pandemic started. I'm lucky. I've sold a bunch. All Sunlord fans and friends.
Yeah. I mean, do you bring some of your artwork to the merch table? Like they got T-shirts and bumper stickers.
This tour, I'm going to start because I've been pushing it a lot this year. So a lot of now everybody knows that what I do. So I'm going to. Yeah.
Well, you can.
That's something I do. I used to have sometimes I have a table and I stand in the Metropolitan Museum in Central Park. You just stand there with all the paintings and you'll be surprised. You'll sell some paintings there, man, one day.
It's official, man. You're
in there and sold paintings for like $1,000. On Central Park.
Well, you're multi-talented, man. You're not only creative in the musician, creative in the artist, but you're also hardworking, man. You don't mind picking up some heavy stuff and setting up a stage for somebody else. You don't mind doing that, man. So that tells me you got character. You definitely have a work ethic, and that $300 a month is gonna.
Not easy to be from the arts, man. The art is very hard. It's very hard. I barely make it with that. During the pandemic now, it's been better for that. I don't know why, but people have ordered a lot of more records, and I've been able to sell artwork like almost every 2 weeks. I've been selling a piece, and that's very lucky. And so I've been barely cutting it, but I don't think I can just make a living out of it. There's no way. You always need more money because you don't know what's going to happen. So you got to work, got to work more.
Oh, well, so what's coming up for Alfonso Ferrazza? Not the Sunlord. Are you getting out of Brooklyn? Are you going to Pennsylvania? Where are you heading?
I don't know. I would like to, man. I would like to go live in the woods. I had it with all the, I want to be in the woods with a nice house, and I love animals. I want to keep animals. I want to be able to, and then maybe get a little mobile home, get a little Sunlord mobile, the Sunlord mobile to go touring and go do the touring, and then come home and be in peace instead of being in this craziness of living with everybody on top of you, man.
Yeah, some of those mobile homes, those prefab houses are pretty cool, man. They're building them real nice, man. I know I've seen a few and I've been in a few, so yeah. But man,
man, if not, you go broke with the Motel 6 on tour. You gotta get a Motel 6 every night. You spend everything you make on the merch. You gotta pay a Motel 6 in gas.
You got that right.
Motorhome and have everybody sleep in their bunks. That's it.
I did a tour across the southern states, all the way out from Miami to California and through the middle, Route 66, and I stayed on people's couches all the way, or I slept in my van all the way. Never stayed in a hotel. Made that money and kept it in my pocket. That's the way to go, man.
Yeah. That's the objective. The least hotel, the better. You got to make friends. I think we have enough friends that we're going to get a couple comfortable nights in somebody's couch. I think we will.
Yep. All right, man. I think I've taken some of your time. We learned a little bit about you, Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord. What's on the horizon? When is that tour with Yngwie Malmsteen?
It's still a bit to go with the tour, but it's November. So I'm hunting to see if I can get another tour, smaller tour before. We'll see. We want to get out there.
I mean, I could see doing the Sunlord Festival. I mean, are you thinking about making a little festival wherever you are?
We could. It's starting to happen here. It's starting to happen again. Yeah.
Well,
They're starting to release the clubs. Everything is almost back to normal here again. So that's coming back. When did they tell me, man? The guy from the bar at the stage there, so the Lucky 13 here in Brooklyn. Amazing metal bar with go-go dancers and, a lot of fucking cool motherfuckers from all over the scene. Um, they're going to start having the live shows. He told me to wait another month.
well, I'm gonna put that on the
So
walking tour. Go see the go.
we're definitely gonna go hit that place up when they start the live shows again, man. We'll make a nice New York comeback show. And now, like I said, I'm bringing people from other places to be in the band. So I got a couple people gonna come over, visit, and we're gonna be jamming all day long, man. So what's in the horizon for me is the same as for the band, because now the music starts again. So now we're gonna go in the rehearsal space and we're gonna jam, write new music, jam. We're gonna get better, and then we're gonna try to be touring as much as possible, like we always do.
Man, we got an international flavor. I'm sure that brings a lot to the music of Sunlord, is having all these talents from all over the world bringing their styles. That's fantastic, man. As we wind this thing down, any shout outs you want to give to some people that have helped you along the way?
Oh, so yeah, man, the people that have helped me along the way. Well, I want to thank Derek for getting me all these interviews that I love to do, because people, it's cool. You get into it. It makes people curious to go check the music. So I love him. I love to do these ones. I want to keep them and keep using them. I like to do these things.
Very cool.
Yeah, man. Derek is on the hunt for more tours, man. He's sending me possibilities and opportunities, but we still gotta get one. We still gotta find another one.
Well,
I want to do one more tour. I haven't toured it so long. Like now, I got one tour. I want another.
Well, I know he's a hustler, man. I talked to him.
These records I gotta sell to all these people too. By the time this is done, there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna have all our music, man.
Excellent, bro. And you can get it on Bandcamp, or you could send a personal DM to your Facebook page.
Yeah, go to the Facebook is Sunlord NYC.
Sunlord NYC. I'll put that in the show notes so people know where to find you. I'm going to find that Bandcamp too. How do you find the Bandcamp? Bandcamp.com / what?
The Bandcamp is by the album, because there's some other techno band called Sunlord or something. So
I think there's like some kind of a solar panel Sunlord as well, man. I was looking up Sunlord, and there's like all kinds of...
and there's also some sunscreen that they sell in the zoo somewhere in Wyoming or something. It's called Sunlord.
All right, man. You're in good company. You're in very good company. All right. Well, as we wind this thing down, I like to finish things off. I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. As things progress, I want to talk to you again in the future. You don't have to spend a... What's that?
I didn't think about the Bandcamp. The Bandcamp is 222 by Sunlord.
Yeah, it says it's Sunlord 222.
Sunlord, you won't find it. You gotta be 222 by Sunlord.
All right, I definitely find that easy as pie. 222 and pow, there it is. Easy. Oh, look at that right there, Sunlord Bandcamp. It's sunlord.bandcamp.com. That's the way to find your Bandcamp. And so, all right, I already got it there. It's got your logo on there, man. Dude, you're an artist, you're a musician. And that throaty thing that you do, when you're singing, I would go. You definitely have to be working out to get that throat type singing. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, now I will get dizzy and pass out if I do it right now.
You have to have some oxygen stuck on the side.
Yeah, I gotta get back in the rehearsal space, man. Start screaming again.
All right, man. Let's finish this things off. I want to do last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, something somebody told you, maybe a mantra that you wake up with every morning, or just whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord, last words for the people.
Oh, that's easy, man. You got to do your fucking push-ups.
Well, there you have it, party people. Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord. Man, that guy is cool, and he's more talented than you might think. We just scratched the surface. He is Argentina. He is martial arts. He is a painter. He is a guitarist. He is a stagehand. He's so many things, man. He's a hard-working dude out there in Brooklyn, New York. Well, maybe for now. But for 22 years, he's been in Brooklyn. I think he's a staple of that area. He's a cool dude, man. I'm so glad that I got to talk to Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord, man. And check out his YouTube and check out his Bandcamp for sure. If you like what you hear, hey, I encourage you, throw him a couple bucks, a couple bones, and get some of that music off his website. And man, the better thing would be go directly to his Facebook page. I like that idea where you just give him a little PayPal money and he throws you a record. No problem, man. If you like a little album, there, you got vinyl. And the artwork is gorgeous, man. He did all the artwork himself. There is more to meet the eye. I love it. I didn't know that he was so many things, but he is so many things. All right, party people. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Thank you so much, Alfonso Ferrazza, the Sunlord. I'm turning my attention to you, my loyal listener. If you would like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email info@radiowhat.com. That's it for me. It's Keys Dan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.